Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to show you this new Range Rover Defender 110 version from the brand called the KengFai Toys from China. Now compare with against with the officially licensed product from Almost Real, so which is this blue one. So the blue one on my left is the Almost Real, on the right with this olive green color is from the Chinese one. Now I'm not sure this is officially licensed product or not. Now sometimes, in fact most of the time, they are not officially licensed products, and there is always something that subtle change or something in there that is not quite right. For example, all the little 124 skills or 122 skills that I got from AliExpress, and I thought they are officially licensed product. How stupid of me! And when I actually check it in detail, something is always not accurate. So for example, like Aston Martin, like DBS that I got on my channel, I didn't notice it at the time. So when I actually look back and see it in details, like the spelling of the things is wrong, like a Aston Marvel, not Martin, like a what the things like that. So they do have a spelling wrong intentionally, maybe just to try to avoid a copyright claim. I don't know, right? So that's why I stopped buying these 124 skills from the AliExpress now, because they are not officially all licensed. So yeah, I don't support the third-party product, if I have to be honest, because I don't like plagiarism and copyright. I just like original, authentic idea from people. People put a lot of efforts into the designs and all these thinking process to go through all these stages, and somebody just take it for free and then claim it and sell it at a lot cheaper price. Now this one I can't tell, because the belt seems to say that officially licensed products, apparently. If I show you here, Land Rover and Land Rover logos are blah blah blah, but there is no official symbols or anything like that from Land Rover either. But it's all written in Chinese, and it's very difficult to tell. And here it says the Jaguar logos, and you got this is a front with a phone box, and the packaging looks like a premium collectible item actually, but I don't know, it just don't have any of those brand names or anything like that. It just have all these that I can tell that this opening door, light sounds, and you got suspension, rotatable steering wheel, It does also have a pullback function. Apparently the car do go forward, so I haven't even tried it yet. So let me try this, see whether it's actually. Nope, it doesn't do the pullback function, sorry. And normally in a 124 and 22 scale, they do actually have pullback function from AliExpress, but this one doesn't have pullback function. Okay, alright, never mind. Right, so the question is that I want to say at the end of the day is this fake one or the cheap one or whatever you call that, is it worth it? How close is this compared to the officially licensed product from the Almost Real? Now bear in mind that this costs £230, right? So okay, let's say minimum £200 compared with the £30 products here. So the price is like like a ridiculously different. So yeah, let's see that, shall we? Let's start with this. Okay, so first impression, I can't tell a lot. Can you? I mean, if you look on the surface, you can't tell much. Well, I can tell a little bit, I suppose. You can see the glossy mirrors, and you have different tones of these pipes and stuff. This one is all one molded plastic piece that goes together. And a lot of stuff in here is one giant molded piece, and compared to Almost Real, where you have a lot of individual pieces where they have to assemble all together. So I think that's the one thing that difference. So obviously this one costs a lot more to build, and also I can feel that it's heavier than this one. Anyway, so let's start with the front. I can tell that the Defender logo is actually not individual piece of letters. Almost Real, these are individually lettered, right? So these are individual letter. They just can't super glue it on the actual body itself like a real car. This one is painted on it. That's the one major difference that I noticed. And you got 110 logos with a painted one on the bonnet. This one doesn't have it. And then also on the roof is also the same. I would say the glass is all the same, but This piece is all stick together. All these ladders and all the box gears and stick together. Over there in Almost Real, they are individual pieces where you can actually take off one by one. You can see the separate review on this one on my channel, and do check it out. I have a links here in my video for this one as well, so you can check it out to see direct comparison. In this one, I'm just gonna focus on this model rather than that model because you've seen it already, so I'm not gonna repeat the same thing. But what I do notice is there are a lot of little things different, and you see that the dash also here, the air vent is a little bit different from the other one. So the molded plastic piece on this one is very cheap, I can feel, but on the Almost Real feel like a premium. It's like very precise, that there is not sharp edges, and very clean, very precise, I would say. In this one it's just like ugh, just like or very cheap quality feel. And also the wipers, and they're all not individual, they're all molded into one plastic on the windscreen as well. So this is just all painted. In here the wipers are individual. This is very nice. And the light detail wise, this is silver painted. In this one is glossy with the silver actual crystal pieces that go together, which is a lot nicer than this one. This one is a bit dull for the light, but I do love the ideas of having the LED lights on it. So if I go there, you can see the LED light on it. There's a button underneath there where you can turn it on with the sound mode or just the light mode. So if I have the light mode, you can see that's how it looks like. So at night it's gonna be very cool, and you can see that at the back also have lights on there, which is nice. Yeah, so I do like a LED light. The sound part, not so much. Okay, if I press the sound mode, the light is off, but if I push it down like that, and then you can hear the sound. Yeah, they have the same sound for every single model car in China, so that's nothing exciting. And also the grills are all not see-through, it's all molded together. Again, on the Almost Real, these are actually individually done, so this is actual see-through mesh grill. The logos looks a bit it's different as well. Official one looks a lot nicer. Right, you know what, I'm gonna lift this up and show you the comparison. Hopefully you can see the logo design is a lot different. Also the Defender logo is glossy, and here is painted. You can see that there is no light reflection on the green one, but on the official Almost Real you can see that it's different. The headlight detail also very different. Like I said before, you got actual silver piece. That silver piece are very clean, and the plastics are clear crystal effects. Here is just all silver, painted one. But then again, don't you forget that this is actually £30 and this one doesn't. And on this Almost Real, you can even see the internal fan through the grill. It's hard to tell on the daylight time, but it is actually there. In person, it is absolutely beautiful. You can see the actual internal combustion engine and with the actual fan, and the depth is quite decent as well on the Almost Real. So this is really cool model actually. All right, so this one, that quality of the plastic here on the windscreen is very clean, and you can see very clear. Here is a bit foggy as well, right? So the glass quality here is not that good. It's very foggy and a bit cheap. But it does have the side mirror can be foldable, but obviously this is painted, not silver painted on the Almost Real. Interiors is completely different story, I gotta tell you that. Before that, let me show you the suspension and the wheel. You do have a brake disc and color part which doesn't rotate with the wheel. Okay, so it doesn't make sense either. The brake disc doesn't go with the wheel. It's supposed to spin when the wheel spin, right? That's how the rear car works. But in this one, it doesn't. It just sit there. Okay, it's just a few bit and pieces you're gonna have to compromise, I guess. And underneath there is decent, I would say. It is not too bad. I can live with that. All right, now let's open the door and see what happened. Okay, here we go. Something saying about Chinese, saying about the opening doors or something like that. Interior is definitely different. You can see they're all very, I don't know, cheap feeling of the plastic. In the other one, it looks better. The seat seems to be more realistic, and here is you can move the front seat and back, but yeah, there's no carpet the same as the other one. But all I'm saying is the plastic quality in here feel very cheap. The doors are also, I don't know, all the stitchings are, you can tell it's fake. The BK is also fake. Everything here is fake, and you can even see the screwdriver on the actual door panel. Yeah, you can see that. So that's where the money is, I suppose. So the attention to detail in this one is like very superficial compared to the other one. The other one looks so good. And also the alarm goes here as well. And the other one, you got all the handles and all the stuff which make it perfect here. But in this one, everything black interiors and stuff. Yeah, the seat looks like a square box. And the seat looks a bit weird and hollow, like, I don't know. Yeah, see for yourself, folks. But then again, don't forget that this is £30, right? So £35 or whatever. So the price is cheap. And the leather doesn't move. And this one is a plastic, not die-cast. And there's no magnet piece here. And it just folds down like this. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. At the back, you got a heated line, which is good. But you got another row for child seat on the back. There's no tow bar here, and also the bumper looks different design. There is no giant flat like an almost wheel. So if I go to compare with the almost wheel again very quickly, you can see the heated lines here are quite visible. In the almost wheel is very subtle, and plus you see the mesh grills barriers in between the boots and the passenger seat. And you see the bumper is totally different design. There is no movable tow bar. The light details are very different. You can see the light detail on this one is so much nicer than this one. You know, this one just, yeah, what is this? I don't like this one. But then I have to keep reminding myself this is £30, £30 in my mind. Otherwise, I'm gonna put this one in the bin. You know, but I can live with £30 for the price that I'm paying for, you know. But you got what you pay for, right? But what I'm saying is the price that you pay for is so big and so different. So I want to see how much difference is it? Is it actually worth it? And so on. And you also have this like this weird plastic thing for digging the ground, I suppose, if you're stuck on the mud or whatever. But then again, what is the point of having 4x4, right? 4x4 is supposed to go over all kind of terrain and stuff like that. Fuel flap can open in this one, just like the LCD and almost wheel. Keng Fai. And then Land Rover here also, the badge is just, you know, I just painted on it. And on the dash on the other side is completely different from the almost wheel. You can see that it looks very different style. I don't know, it just looks very cheap. Yeah, so there we are. And again, you can see the screw here. So a lot of exposed screws going on around here. So yeah, right. So summary of this. Before I do the summary, I'm just gonna show you a quick comparison on this size as well. But you can see the interior on this one is so much different. You can see the interiors, and you can see the Defender logos, and you got all the sat navs and all the stuff, very individual. You can see that they are like some kind of handle grip, and the depth is quite decent here, right? So you can see that, not like the other one actually. So yeah, well, if you can afford it, if you want proper good quality models, I would say almost we are definitely killed it, right? So this is definitely better model. And also it has a mirror. By the way, I forgot to mention one more thing. This one is missing the mirror. Like what? Where's the center mirror? You see that here? Do you see? It's nothing there. It's just apart from screws and stuff. See, there's no mirror here where my finger is. So yeah, there's a lot of missing pieces and bits and pieces around. So I don't know. But like I said to you before, if you can't afford it, if you really like a proper collectible models with the serial numbers and stuff for long-term values and all this stuff, I would say Almost Real definitely better. But if you don't want the spend that kind of money and you want a just cheap one just to put it on a shelf somewhere and you don't really care too much about it, you don't like this model too much, then I would say go with this one. This is not too bad for £30 or okay, let's say £35, £40. It's not too bad, right? You get a lot more for what you're paying for, and you get decent, like 118 scales, not like a tiny little 124 scales. And you got quite a lot of details in there, light, sounds, all kind of stuff. Sound is useless to be honest, but I don't mind about the light. And it also has a horn as well, by the way. I forgot to show you that. The center press the steering wheel, but weird thing is I can't press it again. I can only press one time. It's kind of weird, all little gimmicks and gadgets. And another thing that I noticed is that the gap here is like really hideous. Look at how big the gap is, right? It's not only here, the back is not too bad. Here is really noticeable, and also on the front you can see that how big the gap is, right? That is really ugly. And on the other side also, yeah, massive door gaps here. Yeah, so yeah, there are a lot of little bits and pieces here that doesn't feel like a good quality, but you get what you pay for. Okay, anyway, so this video is long enough now, so I'm gonna stop here. So my summary and my final thought is that okay, not too bad. Can it beat the official £200 Almost Real? The answer is no, you can't beat the £200, but then again, price is 10 times difference, right? So it's really is big difference. So if you can't afford it, like I said, go with the official one. If you can't afford it, or you just want it for like something to have it just for something sake of it or whatever, then just go with this one. Or maybe you can give it as a gift for children play toys or whatever, that is decent enough. But this one is definitely not a kid's toy. This is a collectible item, and every piece is in here. You can actually take it off, and also you have front magnetic grill as well. And I try to put this in here. Surprisingly, it doesn't stick. You see that? It doesn't stick, but in the other one, just like that, so nice. You just like bang, right here. Even the same front bumper, it doesn't actually glue and attract to it, which is ridiculous. Even this is a metal, and it's supposed to stick to any other metal part of the body, but it doesn't do that. So there must be something about this one. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching.